Finally, it's been officially announced. Donny Van De Beek joins Manchester United from Ajax in a £40 million deal, €39 million up front with €5 million in add-ons. Manchester United have another Van. I'm sure you remember Van der How, the backup goalie to Manchester United's treble-winning goalkeeper, Peter Schmeichel. Then there was Ruud van Nistelrooy. Then, of course, Robin van Persie. Now there is Van De Beek. Oh, and of course, I'm missing out the man himself, Edwin van der Sar, the man who basically brokered the deal with Manchester United to sign Van Der Beek in what I can only describe as a brilliant deal. Let's get to it. So, of course, coming into this transfer window, nobody really truly expected us to sign Donny Van De Beek. He was off to Real Madrid before the pandemic. Of course, that changed everything. Real Madrid are broke. They can't only not now afford Pogba, but they can't even afford Van De Beek. Of course, this left Van De Beek needing to find a new club, and Manchester United were largely muted with signing Jack Grealish for that kind of position. That deal looks like it's completely off now. Poor Jack Grealish is all I can say. Kept Villa up, yet he was completely priced out of a move by Aston Villa for a rumoured 80 million, which is a joke for a player of his ability. Good player, but not worth that. Manchester United have done a brilliant bit of business by swooping in for Donny Van De Beek instead. Arguably a better player. In my opinion, he is a better player, a more proven player. He's played in the European competitions at an elite level and even reached the semi-finals of the Champions League. He's a Dutch international. Indeed, he's only 23, he is young, he's got a lot to prove, and that is the type of player Manchester United should be signing. Of course, we now have a stacked midfield, absolutely stacked. We've got a very good midfield, basically. I know there's talks of us signing Thiago from Bayern Munich. How can you say no to a world-class player like him? Of course, you would have to kick, most likely, Fred out the door if that transfer was to happen. Of course, that's all hypothetical at the moment until it is announced. But Van De Beek is announced. We have Pogba, Bruno, Van De Beek, Fred, McTominay and Matic all competing for those midfield positions. That's a very strong midfield selection. Matic, Fred and McTominay are the more defensive-minded players. Van De Beek and Pogba can play defensive-minded but are primarily offensive players. And then we have the more offensive midfielders in Pogba, Van De Beek and Bruno Fernandes. Very, very strong indeed. What pleases me the most about this deal, if teams decide to sit back with two deep banks of four against us and compact that midfield, we now have a plethora of midfield players who can pick out a pass and find our forwards in Pogba, Van De Beek and Bruno Fernandes. You know, we have a bit more nuance about us now after the signing of Bruno Fernandes. That's going to get even more so with the signing of Van De Beek. We're going to start seeing some better football. We're already starting to see better possession football when Pogba came back into the fold after his long layoff, playing with Bruno Fernandes. If we play 4-2-3-1 with Van De Beek and Pogba in the double pivot and Bruno Fernandes ahead of them, with the forward line of Martial, Rashford and Greenwood, hopefully Jadon Sancho, then, you know, even teams sitting deep against us are going to be cut open at some point during a game. We are adding new dynamic ways of playing to our game. If plan A now fails, we have multiple different ways to play, plan B and plan C, to eventually cut a team open. And that's what I've been looking for Ollie to do during this summer transfer. But do not get it twisted. This is not all we need to do this summer. Van De Beek's a good signing. It wasn't the most priority position I felt we needed to bring an acquisition into. We definitely need a right forward, potentially a centre-back. If we can get a good deal for a centre-back, by all means bring him in. But I actually think our defence gets far too much criticism. It's easy to blame the defence when your favourite players are the attackers when things go wrong for the team. But we are starting to keep the ball a lot better now. There's a famous saying, offence is the best defence. That is what Manchester United used to be under Alex Ferguson. We used to defend by attacking ultimately. And Liverpool are pretty much following the same principles, and Man City do it by keeping possession. And with the likes of Van De Beek, Pogba and Bruno Fernandes in the team, we should be keeping the ball far better than what we were, and our defensive record already came on leaps and bounds last season from the year prior. So if that is in Ollie's thinking, by keeping the ball in the opponent's half far better than what we were doing, we should see as a result, and by extension, a better defensive record due to the fact that we're keeping possession a lot better and putting our defence under less pressure, whereas beforehand we really were giving the ball away far too much. and putting the defence under so much pressure. And of course, defenders will make mistakes every now and again, but ultimately, if they can cut out those mistakes and they are under less pressure, there's no reason why our defensive record shouldn't go on improving. Of course, like I said, against teams like Manchester City, etc., we're going to have to play a few more defensive-minded midfielders, and of course, Matic comes into mind, Fred and McTominay. And that's okay, because sometimes you do need to mix it up. You can't be predictable and play the same way every game. And sometimes going all-out attack isn't the best option. But at Old Trafford, when the smaller teams come and play extremely defensive, not really looking to get much out of the game except for a draw, they're hard to break down. The goalkeeper has worldy days. More players who can unlock a team, the better. And Donny Van De Beek can do that, not only with the ball, but his movements off the ball are also very decisive. So a very good deal by Manchester United. And I do agree with going for Donny Van De Beek over Jack Grealish, considering the price difference. It was a good move. No complaints here. But obviously we need to bring more players in. Donny Van De Beek cannot just be it. Don't let this board pull the wool over your eyes in that context. So there are a lot of rumours we're going to bring a centre-back in this weekend. I guess we'll have to wait and see. And of course, I'll make a video talking about that acquisition if it should come. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Lots of Manchester United videos coming. If you love talking about Manchester United, then you will love this channel. Lots of improvements will be made on this channel over the next few weeks. I should be doing live streams, etc. Make sure you're subscribed. Please do smash the like button if you think Van De Beek's a good signing. Until next time, talk soon.